I'm Molly Thomas for Context TV here at the 2016 Athletes in Action All-Star Breakfast. Now, as you can see, legends of the league fill the room behind me, and you may not know it, but Faith actually has a huge NBA fan base. We talk to superstars about how they keep God in this game.
Good people need boundaries, and it doesn't make any difference, Christianity, but you need something that gives you boundaries and guidelines. And so the Ten Commandments gives you outstanding guidelines, and it gives you a form of learning. People have to learn discipline. They don't get it, they learn it. So the verses in the Bible and the Ten Commandments are a great way to learn what kind of discipline you want to have.
You are a professed man of faith. Did you see God out on that court every time you laced up and went out?
Well, it's interesting. I don't think I've ever really shared this, but the first game that I ever refereed in 1966 was at a small Catholic high school in Brooklyn. And it was one of these things where I worked by myself, and I got $5 for the game. It was a Catholic parish. So the game was over, young kids, and I went to the Monsignor and I said, Monsignor, and he said, what can I do for you? And I said, the $5, and it was almost like an elastic $5 that as he was handing it to me, he's kind of pulling it back, and he said, most people that referee the games here don't keep the money, they just donate the money back to the church. I was gainfully employed at that time. I said, not a problem. He said, but what I want to do is let me give you a little crucifix. Carry this with you wherever you go, and you'll be blessed.
And you have?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And every game that I refereed, including my NBA games, that during the national anthem, I would take the crucifix out of my coat pocket, the NBA jacket, put it in my hand, and just say a prayer to God and thank Him for getting me there for that particular game.
Faith is the most important thing in my life, and it really allowed me to perform sports to a level that I never could have thought would have been imaginable in my own life. So without faith, I would not have had sports. And sports is really very temporal. Faith is permanent. And so knowing Jesus and going to heaven, that's a little bit more important than winning a ball game to me.
Jerome, we're talking about faith here. People are talking about, what that means in their life. Is that something that is close to your heart?
Oh, it's everything in my life. Without faith, I wouldn't be here. I guess that was almost 20 years ago when I asked the Lord for 7 inches out of high school. Graduated at, I was about 6'2", 6'3", right in there, and I said, Lord, I'm not going to make it to my dream, without 6 or 7 more inches, and I specifically asked for 7 inches, and I grew to be 6'9" after high school, and less than 1% of, male 18-year-olds, above 18-year-old grow an inch after they reach their 18th birthday. So I grew 7.
And you think that came from prayer? You think that came from the prayer that you said, God, I need this?
No, I know it came from prayer.